Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette and this is going to be your full moon reading in Pisces on the 14th of September 2019. Thank you to the new subscribers and warm welcome to you. And thank you to those who do comment and also send me personal messages. I do appreciate them. I know not everybody wants to, you know, write on the comment page, and that's fine. And I read all the emails that come in and everything, so whether it's through YouTube or other channels. So yes, okay, let's see. Right, we had that Virgo new moon. Well, actually, I'm doing, this is the 29th today, so I'm doing, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Is it tomorrow? Yeah, the 30th, so it's the new moon tomorrow in Virgo, and apparently the energies, listening to you know, some of the astrologers and that, some are saying it's positive, some are saying it's like the dark moon or something, so getting a bit confused about that, but that's the moon for you. You know, because it can be deceptive and confusing, and you know, it's like having the wall, it can be like having the wall pull over your eyes, like other people or situations doing that to you. Or of course we have to look at ourselves, our shadow selves. Are we doing that to other people, or you know, or are we deceiving ourselves in some shape or form? So but yeah, this full moon is in Pisces, and so it's connected to the moon. The Pisces energy is like, it's water, it's very psychic though, like the Cancerian water is like the emotional sea of like family and the heart, that sort of thing, friendships and, you know, bonding. But I see the Pisces energy, which is still water, is more the spiritual sea, and you know, that intuitive psychic abilities. And there's many forms of intuition. You know, you can be, yes, clairvoyant, see things, hear things, and mine is very cognitive, so mine are my thoughts really. But other people can be really, you know, like very sensitive and feel things and sense things in that way, but mine are mainly my thoughts. But my Pisces is in the 7th house, so like I say, it's not just about Piscean, sun, moon or rising. You just look to see where the, you know, Pisces is in your chart. If you've got your chart, mine's in the 7th house, so it would be around, you know, relationships, either business, personal, you know, so that's where I need to be looking at around that full moon. But the new moon, you know, you start new things, which I've set things in motion, and I've planned to do new things, and for the new moon. But anyway, let's talk about this one, because I can't even remember what that one was about now. So what I got come through when I was doing the cards, because I take my time to do all the cards and go through them and everything, it was saying, like, if there was a subtitle, it's like, it's time to look beyond the empty promises. So it feels like, where relationships are concerned, there's been a lot of empty promises. In other words, there's been people saying something and then like not being congruent as they say something, but their actions are speaking differently, or, you know, and the wolf is very much, because on this one, this pack, it's Hecate, and her companions are wolves. But the wolves are very intuitive. It's the wildness part of ourselves, and very intuitive. Why did I say that? Empty promises, yeah. And oh, that's just gone now. I had that motion going, and look, I had a thought come in, and now it's taken me off my channeling. But anyway, let's get back to it. So yes, this the wolf is all about instincts, you know, the gut instincts, and like the, because we have the animal side, the wild side of us, which is instincts, and because you know, we have to survive out there. And talking about that, oh my goodness, about survival, which my experience just was a couple of weeks ago. My sister and I always go on a walk on a Friday, a long one, sort of anything from 4 to, well, this one was 7 miles, but only because of what happened. But I am scared of cows, and I have a fear of them. I don't know whether that's a past life thing. I know something happened when I was little as a child, but yeah, really, really. So I won't walk in a field, you know, full of cows. And I do not know what happened that day. I really do not know. But we were tired. We'd gone a long way. We got the route wrong. So just feeling like weary, and I just don't know what made me go in that field. And it was with my daughter and my sister, and then it was fine when we walked past going over. They were all down the bottom and it was fine, but then on the way back they were all on the track, and literally they were all everywhere. And there was this one particular one, oh, I feel sick thinking about it now. It's absolutely huge, and it was so scary. And luckily my legs didn't turn to jelly, but I just kept focused. My poor sister had to shout at them and make them try to move, because when they're in a herd like that, they can stampede, and you can fall, and they will bash you and they will kill you. So I think people underestimate how powerful these animals are. So I just kept saying, I prayed to the angels, and I just kept saying, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. And my daughter, I think, was even scared. And, you know, she just kept, I said, move, move, move. And my sister was holding me. I was holding my sister. I was so worried she was going to slip, because it was very slippy. But we managed to get to the other side. But oh my goodness, there was angels there, I'll tell you that now, because I saw 444, lots of them, 3 times I think, on our journey back home, which was like saying, don't worry, we was with you. But it's what it brings up for you, your guides, your angels, whatever you want to call them, is, you know, especially if you're not in a relationship, then they'll get you to have experiences in other ways. And this just went so deep into my subconscious, because this can be very much all about the subconscious. Obviously something needing to come up and come out regarding healing, survival. Like my sister said, she said, oh, that's all to do with survival. And it was about whether we were going to survive getting out of that bloody field or not. But yeah, I can hardly breathe, Jeanette, breathe. So, you know, we will be pushed into experiences, and even like subconsciously, falsely in a way, through an illusion, to get us to wake up to something and recognize something. Because you got, you know, the wolf is about body language. They communicate 2 ways, like body language and their howling. So and Hecate on this card, she has the wolves as her companions, but she does have domestic pets as well. She has both of them following her, because she's like, so around this time there can be not so much of a crossroads, but like 3 ways. She resides over 3 paths, or so like there could be a choice. And remember what was said, time to look beyond the empty promises. So and it's about like look to your stories, what you've been saying and telling yourself, and you know, where you might have been embellishing the truth, where other people might be embellishing the truth to create that story. Because those stories, because of this Saturn Pluto thing and going into 2020, and I think Saturn moves forward in September 18th, I'm not too sure, but I think it might be. So apparently all this karmic energy, you know, and everything that's going on, it's all about clearing so that you can go on a new journey. And with the wolf, it's like saying you will be protected and guided, because they're very much about guidance. So you will be protected and guided on this new experience, making, you know, looking beyond and making a different choice for yourself. Neptune rules Pisces, which comes under the Hangman. And this is like saying you have to give up something. But giving up something, it's going to be something of lesser value so that you can gain something of more value, because it's the Hangman, which is like the cross, isn't it? It's like sacrifice. But you know, the Hangman is happy to do it, is happy to wait maybe for the right time. Or, you know, it can be symbolic too, because it was, are you going to look beyond the empty promises? And this card can come under deception. Are you going to keep hanging around waiting? Because you know, it's about having a life, isn't it? It's you've got to like relinquish control. And what's around that is attachments, really, or you know, not just people, things. You've got to let go of. That's what it's saying. You know, stop waiting, even though it's contradictory. It's sort of saying stop waiting. You know, you have a life and you've got to live it. And the full moon is about letting go of something, isn't it? It's about fullness. You've got to where you've needed to be in a situation or with the person. But yeah, Neptune can be, you know, illusions as well. Comes under like addictions and things like that. So, but this card, because it's like that, you can see that as the three paths, like here, because the modern day Hecate is like a crone, is a wise woman. So you gain your experience, from your experiences you gain your wisdom. But she can find it hard, the modern day one, you know, because you've got to pay bills, you've got to live this real life in this real world. But yeah, so, but she's in reversed in this pack when I did it. So we'll keep it reversed, because that is about, it can be self-deception, lying to yourself, or like I said, allowing others to pull the wool over your eyes. And so you've got to really be aware of body language around this time. You know, use the wolf's energy, and so that congruence, is their body language, what they're saying in their action, are they congruent? Do they match? If they're not, that's why the heading was time to look beyond the empty promises. So that's the key for this full moon, really. Time to look beyond the empty promises. And but let's put that back into the pack in reverse, just in case it wants to come out again. And let's go ahead and see what the rest of the cards want to say to us. Sorry, I don't know why I told you about the cows, but it was because that can be fear, you know, especially in reverse. It can be fear and deception and illusions, and but OMG, yeah. Okay, what do we need to know, Spirit, for this full moon in Pisces on September the 14th, 2019, regarding our love lives and spiritual lessons. Ooh, well, the King of Pentacles has come up. So this is, it can be masculine or feminine because it's general readings, but it will be the male energy of the two people if there is, or this is your potential partner, or this can be somebody that you've known in the past or a past life. So you might not have met them, or might not have had a relationship with them this lifetime. So it'd be different for everybody. But this is Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising. This is a good guy. He's upright. He's somebody who's stable, who provides stability, has worked damn hard for what he's got. Usually very practical in you know, a way that he's made his money, or tangible things, you know. So he could be somebody who works in property, you know, buying property then rents it out. He could be somebody who works the land, a craftsman, very creative, because, you know, he's connected to the earth. But yeah, it's not the King of Wands, which is more your entrepreneur, but it doesn't mean to say that they wouldn't own their own business, but it probably would be something very concrete and very tangible, and something that, you know, we need to live here in some shape or form. So but yeah, right, he's a good guy. They depending, because obviously you've got your birth charts, and you know, it could be that that's their sun sign, but then they might have a lot of water in their sign, so you know, you just don't know. But it's just the feel, the taste of maybe who this person is, and confident in their, you know, they've had to work hard at their skills, and they're confident and capable of, you know, resources, and has learnt to survive on this plane, really. And we can attract the opposite in a sense that, you know, if we lack that in our own lives, because it's a bit like this, you know, if you can relate to this, because the Piscean energy can be impressionable and be, you know, people can deceive them in that sense. So I don't know what's wrong with me today. I have a thread, and then the thread goes, and then I've gone off on one, and then it's back. Well, there you go. So I'm sorry if things cuts off. It's my mind at the moment, I think. I've just got so much going, or maybe that's a message of, you know, look to the threads, or it's like, or join the dots, isn't it? But look to the thread or the tapestry of your own life, and where things are weaving, and my mind just jumps and jumps and jumps. But this is somebody that has had to, like I said, had to work hard for their position, because you've got the Wands here, which comes under creativity and you know, projects and things like that. So career, the two can marry. But this is somebody that, you know, she looks in a defensive position, as though to say, well, no, you're not coming any further. I will protect, or he's saying, I will protect what I've worked hard for, whether male or female, but I will protect what I've worked damn hard for. You know, the 8 arrows are all in a neat row at the back of her, but you do have 4 this side, 4 this side. So there is, she's like, because it's the 5th one, she's the 5th one in the middle. So there is balance there on both sides, to do with this person, or to do with the situation that you may find yourself in. But this is very much the Strength card, and it's like saying you can do it, you can do it, you can go forward, and move forward, and you know what you've created in the past, because you've got the sun either rising or going down. What you've built up, it's okay, nobody's going to take that away from you. Or if he's in that energy, you know, nobody's going to take it away from. So he could either be like, because maybe he's got money, he could even be in a defense position, even though he's upright. So that would be the subconscious part of what's going on for him. But you know, you could be saying like, I've worked hard for my money, I'm not just gonna be with somebody or give it away. You know, I will defend my position. Or this is because it's a woman, you know, it's the feminine. Oh, well, no, there you go. This is about a couple. This is either a couple that, because this is the Strength card. This is like, on other cards, it's like somebody sat down and it's like, oh my God, can I go on? Can I keep going? And it's saying, yes, you can. You know, that's the test, isn't it? To, no matter what's happened, just get back up and dust yourself off and just keep going. But yeah, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. So you know, in that sense, there's the couple. I was going to say opposite, even though they're both earth signs. It feels like people would say about them, or you'd think about this person, either way around, oh well, that's not somebody I'd normally go for. You know, it's opposites attract, and that's what I was saying. There may be a lack of something in her that he can give as a gift to her, because that's why you're attracted to that person. They have something about them that maybe you haven't developed yet, and by coming together, they help you develop that. And then there is always a gift that you give them. It could be that this person, you know, again, earth signs, so or you've met your match. It could be as simple as that, or you're going to meet your match. So and either you've got to put this down, you don't need to defend your position. It'll either be you've met your match, and then it's like a magnet. When you get two magnets and you come together, and they either go lock together and you know it's good, or they can push each other apart. It's got to be balance. So, and then you'd be like the bull, or you know, the Taurian bull, the energy with stubbornness, and if it comes under the Taurian, and you'd lock horns. So you'd be too much alike. Maybe that's why the Nine of Wands is there, but it is the Strength card. So, but you know, for some people it will be that way. You're too much alike, and that you lock horns. And for others, you've met your match. But let's go on and see what else it's telling us. Yeah, remember, it's about the message from the beginning was, are you going to look beyond empty promises? And the Two of Swords, I mean, this can represent the past, because it can represent even like something that happened yesterday, but it can also go right back, or it can be energies coming in. So, you know, you have to read it as to what's going on for you, really. But the Two of Swords is about balance. But with this card, because she's got the blindfold on, and remember, That's what the moon can be about. You've got to trust your intuition, trust yourself, not what's coming out of somebody else's mouth, or look to the body language when somebody's talking, because you've got to trust yourself, not somebody else around this time, and not to give your power away. And you know, you can afford to wait and in a sense wait for your own intuition to kick in, and get that light bulb moment, and wait patiently. Not necessarily to, you know, if you've been waiting for somebody and it's been empty promises, and same old story, then that's a different story. You might have to say, you know, you're out of here. But, you know, if it's somebody new and you're feeling your way, then, you know, you're going to have to give yourself some time to get that light bulb moment, get that perception, because that can be, it's all around perception around this full moon, and whether you're coming from your own hurts and wounds. And this is like torn between the heart and the head, and your head's saying one thing and your heart's saying another thing. Or for this chappie, you know, his head's saying one thing, his heart's saying another thing. So his head might be saying something like, well, yes, I want to be with this person, but I'm so attached to, because this is about relinquishing control and attachments to something or someone, but I'm so attached to this money, or my money. I'm scared. I don't want to let somebody else in, and it not work out, and then, you know, if we were to be together. But there are such things as prenups and things like that. So, you know, this person needs to look at love maybe in a more logical way, and, you know, ground himself in that sense. But yeah, he seems to be torn between his heart and his head. This could even be somebody you don't know, but you're, you know, he's on your path or she's on your path for you to meet, but it could be just the stage that they're going through, and they're thinking, well, yes, I do see this person, I'm not happy in my marriage, or I'm not happy in my relationship, and I keep bumping into this person, or this person from the past keeps coming into my mind, or whatever, because the moon, you know, your dreams can be heightened around that time, and you can call upon Hecate, the goddess, and say, you know, if you've got to make a decision, and there's like 3 paths, and say before you go to sleep, well, you know, help me, which one is the right one for me to take. So yeah, but it seems that he's denying something. He's turned his back on his feelings, because she's turned her back. So he's turned his back on his feelings, and he's coming too much from the mental, the swords, because she's protecting her heart. But the thoughts or the beliefs around this situation or their life is, at the moment, is, well, you know, they're blind to see what's right in front of them, what's right underneath their nose, and that can be, for that person to be appreciative and see what they've got, and to wake up and do something about it, or to see and be honest and think, well, you know, this relationship's run its course, and I need to start speaking my truth. I need to start getting into my feelings, my emotions. The moon is all about that, about emotions. Otherwise, you know, Like I say, if you don't listen to the whispers, you're going to get the shout, and that's what was mentioned early, that you would have the protection, you know, the wolf's energy to do with your, because you've got to have the balance of the both, your wild side and your domestic side. You're going to be protected and guided to go on a new journey, and then that's what's at the heart of the matter, is the Fool. So it feels like the universe is saying, regarding love, regarding your spiritual lessons, then they're asking us to try something new. Remember that new moon in Virgo, to try something new. It's time for an adventure. It's time to go down a new path and try something new. The old hasn't been working. Now that can be him, but it can also be her, because that's what's at the heart of the matter. But it's this 9 of Wands that's maybe causing the rift between them two, or the separation between the two. But this is a major arcana, you see, and somebody doesn't want to see that he needs to make a decision, because the swords are about making a decision. He needs to take the blindfold off, because there's a new beginning here. And you know, we've got the dogs here, the domestic dogs here, and then we've got the wolf, the wild dog there. You know, and this just reminds me of you know, Toto in The Wizard of the Oz, and that Dorothy's dog is her intuition. And you can see from here, it's not, look, it won't let you fall over the cliff, okay? It's saying, come this way, come this way. The dog is facing that way, the dog's going that way, and the dogs do know. My dog, the one time, she just would not let me go down a particular back lane in the fields, and she just kept pulling me back, and I just trusted that. She didn't want us to go down there for whatever reason. She knew. So you just have to trust that. That's like trusting your intuition, because it's saying you're going to look beyond the empty promises. You've got to look. You've got to trust yourself. And yes, it's the zero. It's the Fool. It's the beginning of something. But you know, you do have everything that you need in this rucksack, because it's symbolic, and there's the spiritual flower. But you know, as long as you keep your focus, your eyes on the heavens, on the skies, so that can be, you know, astrology is starting to be a big thing now, and people are awakening to that. So, you know, there's going to be more and more people turning to that, turning to the skies in a practical way, like astrology is, and seeing, you know, where and how to be guided. But yeah, this is about going on a journey, going on an adventure. Things have either been too stagnant, because this is like being stuck, and needing to shake things up and move things on in some shape or form. And yeah, it can be naive because it's the Fool, but you do, you know, you do have the wisdom from your experiences, and that's for him and her. But it looks like he doesn't want to see something. And there's quite a few cards that were reversed, but I like to see this one in reverse, really. It's the 9 of Swords. So we've got 2 9s show up in the reading. 9s are about completing something. It's, you know, you're coming to an end of something. It's not fully finished, but you are coming to the end of something, because the next one is 10 and reduces to a 1, which gets you to a new beginning, a new start. And this is very much like the vampire energy, and like the drama queen, and life being sucked out of you, and feeling drained. You know, she looks exhausted on the bed, and thinking, oh my God, you know, how much more? But it's like allowing people to suck the life out of you. Um, and you know, people can steal your energy in many ways, and it's about protecting yourself, and that's like the mental energy and not being able to sleep. You're worried, you're full of anxiety, of, you know. But in reverse, it's like she's saying no, no, I'm not doing that anymore. She's a stronger person in the future. You know, this is like your superwoman. She's very practical. She can cook, she can sew, she can. She would definitely be in tune with the, you know, the Hecate, the modern day one would have to be the Queen of Pentacles, and to marry the two, use your psychic abilities, this Piscean energy. And you know, she's on her throne, but she's got there, or she will get there, because it can be in the future. She will get there, she'll get to where she needs to go. And you've got the dog here and the dog here, so you know, and they're your guides, but they're about unconditional love, and that's towards yourself. So she's learnt that for herself, and she's sitting here in her own power, and she's saying no to this. You know, she's saying no, I don't want to be that way, don't want to go through that anymore. And it can also mean that she, he, or them need to make a decision, and that could, you know, cause worry and concern. But there is victory here. Yay! 6 of Wands. So, you know, this is about achieving something, because it's very much the accolade card, you know, gifts, success, and getting somewhere, you know, getting to where you want to go to. So, but he needs to take his blindfold off, and he needs to you know, make a decision, really, because it's the swords. Got to make a decision between his heart and his head, and because whatever he's been doing in the past is just not working for him. But there is success there. There is success there, and that means it would be recognised. So if you know, it's a couple, then the other person will be appreciative that they, you know, that they're doing something about it, and they're looking at it, that instead of turning away from it, and you know, to take that risk, because this is a risk, and you don't know where it will take you and what path it will take you. But you know, what's the alternative? But we seem to have some sort of balance here, because we've got 2 9s, even though that's in reverse, but that's a good one in reverse. I feel it's like that energy is dissipating, and it certainly will do if you come back to being the, you know, because the Fool in reverse would be telling a different story. It would be saying, you know, don't be foolish, and don't, the grass isn't greener on the other side, and don't give up what you've already got, you know. But we've got 2 6s next to each other here, so the Wands, the fire energy, which you need to move yourself and go on this journey, and that creativity, it's like just being like the universe is being forced to, in some shape or form, move something and do something. But there is success here, and you get success by giving and receiving in your relationships. And that can be money. There needs to be a balance, you know, so there needs to be equal measures of giving and receiving. This also has children on here. But it's like saying, because this is the benefactor card, and you've got that Jupiter. Is it Jupiter going retrograde, or there's something about Jupiter, And you know, it's the planet of expansion and gifts and things like that. So that there is a benefactor, or there is somebody that would benefit you, or you would benefit somebody else, because you've got the Six of Wands. There's success there to do with this journey, and the Knight of Wands is, you know, that's like saying move. This card is definitely move card. It's like get the rocket up your backside and get going, because this can be a change of home, work, you know, it comes under a change of residency, and that can be even to do with a new country. You know, it can be that powerful. But yeah, basically it's an adventure. He's definitely an adventure. And we've got 3 lots of wands here, the 6, the 9, and so in one sense keep doing what you're doing, and you know, whatever's been said before about this person, you are right, stand your ground, because you've got to, there's got to be a new beginning now. There's got to be. And that new beginning can either be, you know, you stay together but you start building it on a different foundation, or that, you know, there would be some form of separation, or it's what either you might be going through or somebody else might be going through that you haven't even met yet. Knight of Wands, yeah, but he is upright, so I do like to see it's what you need really to get things moving. Let's have a look, time's flying by. Right, we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, so this is all around perception, you see, concepts, ideas, communication, thoughts, and in reverse it's like saying you're not connected to your higher self, because there's intellectual thoughts and then there's higher self thoughts, and you know, you've got to rise above things. You've got to go higher, and not let the ego bring you down, and because you've got to see the truth, or at least this person does, tell themselves the truth about the situation, and that's like a new concept, a new idea, a new thought around something, a new way of seeing something, because your perceptions can control your lives and the outcomes, because you can be coming from the unconscious. But that's why all of this is happening, so that can be turned up that way, and you get your light bulb moment, and you start to see something clearly. The fog lifts and you see something clearly, and you see it from a bird's eye view, maybe because you've been able to step back and see what really is happening. Let's go a little bit deeper. This King of Coins. Ooh, we got the fox on there. Well, you know, the fox. Oh God, I saw a dead one the other day, right underneath my flipping nose. I was on my bike. Oh, why do we have to look at things like that? But anyway, this is, you know, either he is a crafty person, a cunning person, but that's what's got him where he has with his money. It's not always a negative. We'll get a few more cards out on him. So it can be that sly, you know, because he's not in reverse, so it's not always a negative with that on there. It's like shape-shifting, but like I said, you've got to bring that fox energy in. Oh, there you go, and there's the fox. Well, I said the wolf, but you know, you've got to bring that energy in of trusting your instincts around this Piscean moon. part of the matter. Key to success is the Fool. Is taking a new journey, taking a new path, taking a new road, going on an adventure as in some shape or form. Don't worry, you're going to be looked after and protected, and you've got everything you need, because this is what the Magician puts on the table. So you've just got to trust your own intuition, because that is the key to success around this full moon. Now that could be to do with a relationship, that could be to do with a move, that could be to do with a project. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. Where's that gone? I am expecting a phone call though, so I would have to take it. Well, yeah, this is because this is about a trip, movement, that, you know, like going somewhere. But it's on the 9 of Wands, which is, you know, it's like defending your position. Defending your position. So whether he, she wants to go on a trip or wants to travel, travel. We've got the Fool here, but you're having to defend your position on that, because somebody's not seeing something clearly. They're coming from the unconscious, subconscious, old belief patterns. But yeah, that's like the ship in the anchor. Is like, that's like torn between going away or staying put. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? And remember Hecate, so she's the one that resides over a crossroads, or these 3 paths, and it's like, do I stay, do I go, do I stay, do I go? Do I put down anchor and stay, or is there something? So it could be one person's like really needs some excitement or adventure in their life, and it's torn between staying put or going, for this Queen of Coins. Yeah, see, this is the thought process, and this is what's going on underneath. When it's in reverse, it's like you're not getting the ideas, you're not getting, because you're coming too much from your head and not your heart, because this is all about thoughts. And like I said, there's the intellectual thinking, and then there's the higher thinking, and there's the sword of truth. And this person's coming from the intellectual thinking around this situation or around this relationship or their future, and they're going by what's, you know, the past has played out. But yeah, this is like, you know, you've got to make, he has got to make a decision. Get those 2 cards together. And the key is, I've got to, you know, that Fool card. Yeah. Because this is the unknown. Well, you're going into the unknown when the Fool card comes up. It's definitely going into the unknown. This is all about patience, though. This book, this card means patience. You have to. This card can also be patience. Actually, you have to wait for the right time. Don't cause yourself anxiety, worry, not being able to sleep. Yeah, it is the Book of the Unknown. It hasn't been read, but this is the key. Sorry, the dustbin man have turned up. I've got my windows open, so but yeah, you see, there's the flowers on this, which is all about happiness, that this person can have the happiness that they, you know, that they want, but they have to look. This is like a return to happiness. So somebody's not been feeling good, and it looks like it's him. She seems to be in a stronger position, but she doesn't know whether to go on this either trip, like I said, or stay put. Oh, and this is money on money. So there's a benefactor. There's going to be some money coming in from somewhere that enables you to go on this adventure, to go on this journey, whatever this is for you. There is going to be success there, and this is going to make her happy. Yeah, there is going to be the finances. There is going to be somebody that provides that finances, or, you know, it comes in another way. And this can be a gift from the universe. It doesn't have to be an actual physical person. It just means maybe you know, this Jupiter brings you something, because that can be, you think it's going one way, but it doesn't, and it ends up being another way, which could be to do with being in reverse. So you may think something's going one way, or wanting it to go one way because of this moon card, but then it ends up being another way, because you've got something even better, because you've got the 4-leaf clover on him. And this is definitely movement, moving, and that's what's at the heart of the matter. So, and that's like, don't worry about anything, just be this Knight of Wands. Just, or if this is a person that actually comes in, it's or is there in the future, this is like your fire sign energy. It's your Sag, your Leo, your Aries, and you know, it could be that they could be the catalyst for the change, because sometimes, you know, you need somebody to shake things up and move things on, but that's what it feels like anyway. Oh, let's see what's on underneath. Yeah, because something is, well, you've got to turn, you've got to think differently, or he does, you've got to think differently, because this is the abundance tree. This is the blooming tree. This is like forever. It's the trees live for years and years and years, unless horrible people cut them down for wrong reasons, but I won't go into that. But yeah, so, you know, you've got to change your thinking around what it means to get to the root of something, because I think a lot of the planets are asking to get to the root of things, to deal with things. Right, let's take a look then at the heart of the matter. The Fool card, it's upright. I think people are scared to take a risk, and the Fool card is asking to take a risk. Are you going to see beyond the empty promises? And we've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. This is like waiting. He looks so fed up, and so like, it's the Harvest card, it's the reward card, but there isn't the reward. It's in reverse. Oh, that's in reverse as well. Well, that one isn't. And this is like it's coins again, so it's something physical, practical, it's something tangible, and you know, the page is someone that gives a message on behalf of someone, but there seems to be oppression, and because you've got the wands again here, and it's like the 10 is like feeling oppressed, or this situation is making somebody feel oppressed, and somebody needs to send a message or something like that, because the rewards aren't coming. And it's on here. This is like the people pleaser card, trying to please everybody when they should be pleasing themselves in that shape or form, because of the 4 cards here, and it's the key, which means success. But anyway, I was going to get a few out on there. I don't think I've got time to go through the other cards. If I do that, the King of Coins, Temperance card fell out. And we've got the Ace of Swords, so that's to do with him. That's to do with him holding on to his own abundance and not wanting to share it. Yeah. But this is a spiritual card, a Sagittarius card. So that's what he's going through. Some form of alchemical process of transforming his thinking so that he can collaborate. Because this person's not collaborating. They're sat in their kingdom or sat in their home. Yeah, they might have everything around them, materialistic wise, but they don't have love. That's woman or man, past or future, known or unknown. Romance angels. Stay optimistic about your love life, is what they're saying. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So yeah, which is the Fool card. You've got to believe. You've got to believe. And let's have a look, see what it's saying. You know, even if you haven't met that person yet, the romance angel sends you this card to remind you that you have a strong influence upon your love life satisfaction. If you've been complaining or worrying lately, the angels guide you to shift a more optimistic perspective, which is this one. Like I said, abundance, which is to do with him. Even if you had your romantic hopes repeatedly dashed, which was, are you going to, what was it, time to look beyond the empty promises. Even if you had your romantic hopes repeatedly dashed, there's still reason to hold the faith that real love can be yours if you believe it. And that's what they're saying. Today, take action steps, which is this Knight of Wands, to positively manifest the love life you desire, whether you're single or in a partnership. Begin visualizing yourself as romantically happy and satisfied. See and imagine yourself with a wonderful partner who embodies the qualities that are important to you. Imagine that person appreciating and loving you too. You can write lists and conduct journaling sessions about your feelings, hopes, desires and intentions. You can also create a dream board with images and phrases related to your love life goals, pasted onto a poster board. Your positive outlook will make you a more physically and energetically attractive person, which will definitely help your relationship with yourself and everyone else too. So, well, you know, it's saying stay optimistic, don't give up, and don't compare what, you know, you've gone through, and don't get into the mindset of all the good ones are gone, you know, and go down that path, because it's not true. You've just not met the right person for you yet. If you want to pause your video, they will answer the best they can. Depends what question it is, but trust yourself on it. Get more information. I don't know if we had that before, but I certainly keep getting that one. So it's either stay optimistic about the situation you're in and get more information. So, which I was saying, you can wait until your intuition kicks in, or get more information, especially if it's somebody new coming in and you're discerning whether somebody's right for you or not. So that could be asking friends or getting information off the internet. Well, that would be maybe Googling people, Facebook. There's a lot of people that do that, isn't it? So let's see what the healing angels would like to say. Forgiveness. Well, there seems to need some form of forgiveness here, either towards yourself or to another person, because that's what's interfering. So, you know, it's that onion layer, and it goes round and round. So you might think you've forgiven somebody, but then you've got to go a bit deeper and forgive again. Yeah, and definitely it's a romantic partner. So either they need to forgive somebody so that they can be with somebody new, especially if they've been hurt, or you're needing to forgive somebody so somebody new can forgive someone, or yourself so somebody new can come in for you, because there he is, this romantic partner, and he is here. So what does it say about that? Oh, typical. Do you know what? Time just flies. By drawing this card, the fairy realm wants you to know that a new wave of romance is coming your way. So either if you're in a relationship, then a new wave is coming, or whether it's a new one to begin with. Romance could manifest itself in a number of delightful forms, such as meeting a new partner who makes your heart sing with excitement and passion, or rejuvenation of a waning romance with a current love. Perhaps the new romance will take the form of an exciting getaway, the Fool and the thingy here. So it could be as simple as that, such as a tropical vacation, a night at a quaint bed and breakfast inn, or an evening of dinner and dancing. So put the romance back into the, you know, relationship. Fairies love romance, and they know the importance of feeling passion in a relationship. Ask them to help you with imaginative ideas to bring more romance into your life. And the affirmation: I am a romantic person. I release any fears I may have about giving or receiving love. And that's that there. Okie dokie. Don't have time to do the... Oh, have we? Right, if it goes to thingy, then let's see, that jumped out. Message in a bottle. So either you're going to be receiving a message around this time, or you're going to be sending one yourself, or it'll be messages from the universe. But either way, there's a message coming around this full moon. And the Akashic records, soul contract. Well, that's in reverse. Clearing the way, 4 of keys. So that's in reverse. So I think it's the thoughts that need to be cleared away so that you can get to where you need to get. Because there's a tree down here, and the tree links to this here. So to do with him, but he does have a tool there to do it, but the way needs to be cleared, whatever those messages mean for you. And sorry I've had to rush the end bit, but the messages are the same, so it's what's important. And your affirmation for this full moon: when I lean towards love, I am led. So lean towards love, and you will be led, because you've got the Clover card there. There we go. I do hope those messages help. Please like, share and subscribe. It's your gift back to me, and the link below to my website for a reading is there. Please reach out if you need, because remember, this is a general reading, and do not make major decisions based on a general reading. Until next time, lots of love. Namaste.